All right, folks, I am in the Mr. Buysalot mobile itself. It's an amazing experience to be able to do this. And we are heading out to meet up with a friend of yours to help appraise a comic book collection, 165 long boxes. So I'm real excited to do this. So can't wait. So updates forthcoming. All right, as you can see, the storage unit is open and Mr. Buysalot is at work here along with his secret helper, who we're not going to identify. But we're all gonna look at these comic boxes together. We've got a limited amount of time to do so, and then just figure out if it makes sense to make the deal. And so that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna go through them. As you can see, they all have some type of labeling to them. Like this one here is all Savage Dragon, which is a great series, by the way, and is very popular. So you can see that here, and like this one here is all Incredible Hulk, and they are, oh, actually that one's Fantastic Four. So I don't know, maybe they're not all. Let's see, let's go over here, see if we have Hulk. Nope. So they're not all. Here's some Hulk. So I guess they're not all exactly what it says on there, but maybe the bulk of what's in here is what it says here. So they seem to be mostly bagged and boarded. Did he tell you that, Brian, that they're mostly bagged and boarded?
Yeah, mostly bagged and boarded.
Okay.
It'll be similar to the last deal I did with him.
Yeah, which is a big plus because there's an expense that's pretty significant once you buy this many comic books in terms of having to bag and board all of them. So yeah, especially now. So, and the other good thing is that these bags and boards they're newer, so they're in nice shape. They're nice and clear. They're not old and yellowed and that kind of thing. So that's good. So you can see here, there's more comics in this tote. Some over here. It's just a whole Avengers. Are they mostly modern, Brian, or did he tell you?
We're looking at stuff right now. It's all 12 cent, 15 cent.
Oh wow, I see that.
Silver Age.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's golden age to modern.
Okay.
A lot of bronze.
Okay.
There'll be a lot of bronze and some silver.
Right.
And then there'll be more modern stuff, including variants.
For people watching, this is a popular series that a lot of people love because you get your favorite music bands and artists in a comic book. And so always look for this. It says rock and roll on it, rock and roll comics. They're very popular. And so you can see here, you got the Beatles, and you got another Beatles here. And sometimes they come in sets, like, part 4 of 8. So look to find complete sets. I could see we've got Venom peeking through the box here. So let's see what this one is here. Oh, Amazing Spider-Man, which is the best Spider-Man series to find, number 332. So that's good as well. And here's some older books here. So we've got old King Size X-Men, Swamp Thing, which is one of my favorite series. A lot of Swamp Thing. Some old annuals, and these look like they're in great shape. So this is amazing. I'm very jealous. This is not something that I typically come across in my area in Syracuse. But there are a lot of, look at this. Here we've got a nice older one. There's a lot of these comic collections in Pennsylvania. It's amazing. And just to show you, here's an example of some of the older comic books that were found in some of the boxes. So there really is a nice variety in here of old comic books. So we've got some Silver Age comic books. I'm sure there's some Golden Age comic books as well, Bronze Age comic books, and as I showed you earlier, some modern age comic books. But if he makes this purchase today, then these are all things that you will see eventually available on one of his auctions. So it's a great opportunity to be able to pick up stuff like this if you can't find comic books like this in your area in bulk. So it's a cool thing. Now there, are some of these older ones are going to have some damage to them, so that's just part of it. With some of these books. So, but most of them seem like they're in pretty decent shape. So this box here has all magazines. It's an assortment of things. Heavy Metal magazine, which you've heard me talk about before. Epic Illustrated, which I have a bunch of these as well, but they don't do as well as some of the other magazines that you'll see here. Oh look, Mrs. Primetime. But this is a great example. Savage Sword of Conan. This magazine does extremely well. When I say magazine, it's a comic magazine. So if you open up inside, you're going to see black and white illustrated comic books. And then you'll see some articles here and there, but it's mostly illustrated comics. And if you have these in big lots, you can do really, really well with them. So people love the covers. They love displaying them. Conan art is among some of the best comic book art, just for just displaying and making a nice dramatic impression with the scenes here. I mean, look at that. It's just beautiful, and there's a ton of them. And look at the condition. These are really in very, very nice condition. So cool. It just keeps going and going. And some of these still have the original protective cardboard sheet over it from when it would have been mailed out. So as you can see here, this is still on it. To open it up, let's open up from the other side. And here you can see there's a Heavy Metal magazine right there, and someone took off probably the mailing label, but keeps it in great shape. So check out this. Inside this whole bin, this is all Savage Sword of Conan, and mostly, well, we got 1984. It's another great Warren magazine. Anything published by Warren is great to pick up. And there's a lot of, you can see right there, Heavy Metal magazine as well. You could see some more there. And again, the condition is just really nice, and it's just filled. Awesome. All right, so we left the storage unit and no deal on the comic books. While there were some good comic books there, unfortunately, the vast majority of them were modern comics. So there were no key issues there, and it really didn't make sense for Mr. Buysalot to get that deal. I agree with him. He brought another guy along with him who you saw from the back. He owns a comic book shop, and, all three of us together looking at it, just realized it just didn't make sense for the numbers that were being thrown out there. So the guy knows the number that Mr. Buysalot would do the deal at, and who knows, maybe I'll get back with him in the future and something might come of it. But that's what happens a lot of times when you're making these deals. It's a process. It doesn't always happen all at once, and sometimes it doesn't happen at all. All right, so we are out in front of Mr. Buysalot's headquarters right now. He's actually looking over so many boxes filled with Todd McFarlane action figure toys. It's crazy how many boxes are out there right now. So I'm gonna try to get this on video right now so you could see the types of deals that are literally brought right to his warehouse doorstep. So I just want to start off with a broader view here just to give you a sense of the size of this deal. I mean, this is so much stuff that is just literally plopped right on his doorstep. Now, it's mostly Todd McFarlane action figures, but there are some miscellaneous things there as well. As is often the case, a lot of miscellaneous things get thrown in when you get big deals like this. So there's some video games. You'll actually see some right here. There's even some video game systems. You could see one in the back, and there's some other ones scattered throughout. But if we take a closer look in on some of the figures, like you can see this Mets one here, the cheapest you can find that available on eBay is $45. And then just go over here, look at another one. This is a Godfather one, and that one has sold for as high as $90. Now, there's a little condensation inside of there, so hopefully that'll go away soon. But, you could see here, there's a few dents on some of these things, but that's just normal for you know, how many there are, and they're moving around. The cheapest available for that, as you saw, was $61, and this one here has sold for as high as $86 recently. So there's just so much good stuff. So yeah, Mr. Buysalot's still out there, and he's working on that deal. So I'm just gonna take a look around myself in here while he's doing that. And you know, I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy anything today here or not, but it's really not the purpose of my trip. If I get something, great. If not, that's fine too. Because what I would encourage you to do if you are trying to grow your business and you're trying to make it bigger, go take the time to look at how other people are running their businesses. So this is what I did when I went to see Craigslist Hunter. It's what I did when I went out to Mile High Comics to see how that place was run. And so that gives you ideas. It helps you think about ways that, you know, you might be able to incorporate certain things into your business. It could give you some goals, things that, you know, you might want to strive towards. And, you know, it's all very helpful in the end. Pick people's brains, you know, see the way they have things set up. So it's real important to do that. It's not always about making a purchase or something. So sometimes just the knowledge alone that you could get just on, for example, me going on this little sourcing trip and, you know, seeing what's going on outside. I mean, you know, I don't have people generally bringing stuff like that to my doorstep. So, you know, it's interesting to see the possibilities when you have a physical location like this that, you know, people could readily come to. Anyway, I'm going to have a look around some more and, you know, just some points to keep in mind. All right, so, all right, we're back. We had an airplane overhead, so. So you're saying
1,800 figures.
100 figures.
And sets.
And
A set of 4 figures counts as 1 figure.
Okay.
So and then the big tall, the 18-inch guys, those only count as 1 as well.
So can you explain to people watching, because they don't know that we were at the prior storage unit for about an hour, and no deal. But here we're here for 10 minutes. Large volume of stuff again, and a deal very quickly. Why the difference?
So perceived value of the other deal, with help of Dom and my other friend who went to look through, the other deal at $20,000, was there money that could be made there? Yes, but the time involved wasn't worth the deal. So we made an offer on that deal of $12,500, which, you know, I felt was fair. Oliver, you know, thought $8,000, so I was above that. And what were your thoughts on the other deal? If you were trying to buy that other deal,
I'd have offered less than you did.
So
like Oliver, more towards Oliver's numbers, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this deal I've been working on over the phone, but this deal ended up costing us the same $12,500.
Yeah.
So I have $12,500 into this, but I feel good about this. We're getting ready to come into Christmas season.
Yeah, true. Toys.
Everything is mint in package.
Yep.
Some of the packages might have a dent on the plastic. Some of the cases are still sealed. Right. So Amazon, I could go through and scan this entire load in probably a week and send in for fulfillment. And there's a lot of figures here, guys, that are going to do $150. Will there be figures that are going to average the price that we're paying of, well, I'm paying $7 a piece. So let's say an average figure or a low-end figure is $10. That's still a little bit of profit.
Right.
But when I'm doing math in my head, it is, can I break even on the low end, and then the high end makes me a profit? Correct. And can I do it efficiently?
Correct.
So that's how I can look at this deal and agree to the number. Normally, you know, I would have tried to negotiate a little bit, but they actually sat and waited for us for an hour and a half.
That's true.
While we were driving back on the turnpike and through the middle of nowhere and stopping and getting gas.
Right.
So that's what we're doing.
All right, awesome.
And Dom still hasn't even got to see my other warehouse.
I know. I didn't get to see it, but we're running short on time today. You know, I got a 3.5-hour trip, about 3 hours, 15 minutes each way. And
he's
then
got Mrs. Primetime waiting for him.
Mrs. Primetime's waiting for me. And, you know, we had to stop off. We had to get something to eat. At
Yeah.
least I did.
Yeah. Dom got something to eat. Dom's a big boy. You need something to eat.
Yeah. You know, you don't want me to get hangry because I might start turning green, and it could be a bad scene. So we prevented that, so that's good. And so I'm gonna head back. But it was great to come out, Brian. Thanks, you're a gracious host.
Oh, awesome.
Thanks.
I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, it was really good to see, and I hope that it's good for the audience to see behind the scenes as well.
And I'm going to show you some comic books before you leave.
All right.
I've got a stack of good stuff.
All right. I can't wait to see. So I'm going to go take a look at that. I'm going to hit the road, head back to PTHQ. So thanks for coming along, everyone. See you at the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.